Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play the Journeyman Project 2, Buried in Time. It's time to do our one-man assault against the keep of Chateau Gaillard.
Hello, Joseph! Shaka, fool! 'Tis all for naught! It shall not claim this tour!
I may know how to shoot a grappling hook, but I don't know how to climb it. Oh, I'm kind of stuck here, I think. Oh my! Okay, so this is one of probably the most memorable deaths of the entire game. Even if you haven't heard of it or played this game, you've probably seen this death before. Having taken too long to begin his descent of the keep, Agent 5 found himself an unwilling participant in a reenactment of a silly Monty Python skit. Silly and fatal. We just had a cow thrown on us. So yeah, we are crushed by the impact as we have no body no more. It's underneath the cow. And look at the hints we've used thus far. I think we've used a total of 24, 26 hints since the last video. But yeah, a cow. Wonderful cow. Alright, I'll be right back.
Hello, Joseph! Shaka, fool! 'Tis all for naught! It shall not claim this tour!
I really don't know half the time what they're saying, but let's begin our ascent!
Quick! He's in the king's chamber! Quick! Cloak!
I don't remember what the cloak is.
Quick! He's in the king's chamber!
Are we in the king's chamber? What?
Ye shall not escape us, false traitor!
Point! He has some really good hair. Agent 5 was detected by alert soldiers while trying to infiltrate the keep of Chateau Gaillard. In the confusion of the moment, he forgot to use his jumpsuit's built-in defense and was quickly dispatched by the castle's sword-wielding defenders. The next kid had been notified. Yeah, those guards are actually super fun. In terms of, I can't understand them half the time because they pour the accent on so strongly. And also they look like cardboard cutouts when they're on top of the tower. Just kind of lifting up and then falling backwards. Anyway, be right back when we're not stabbed. Or pointed at.
Quick! He's in the king's chamber! Quick! Cloak!
Getting there.
Quick! He's in the king's chamber!
Meanwhile, in the king's chamber.
Alas! He escaped us! He must not wretched the goddess!
Alright, we got some use out of our cloak. Finally. But we're in the king's chamber. Okay, I'm gonna stop that. God. Yeah, that's enough of that. Okay. Anyway, king's chamber.
For a king's crash pad, this isn't very opulent. Where's all the loot? Nothing in here looks too historically significant. Maybe they stashed all their goodies in case they lose the battle.
That's probably a good sign.
If they did hide their treasure, it's not going to be all that easy to find. I suggest that we look for as many clues as we can.
Good help messages, Arthur. Great help messages.
Those seats built in the window were usually the only furniture in a tower. Furniture was rare, or reserved for the aristocracy, like our king here. In fact, if you did have furniture, it was generally a flat chest that doubled as a bench. Tapestries were used a lot as wall coverings to warm up rooms. The illustrations usually depicted historical moments such as great battles or biblical scenes.
You got any more to say, Arthur? There's a roof. Or, that wouldn't be a roof. God, what am I saying? Anyway, let's just look around here. The King's Chamber.
Well, that is actually a pretty nice depiction of a castle under siege. Guess another good example of life imitating art, wouldn't you say? Except for the 20-foot knights, of course.
How many times can I say King's Chamber in one video?
You gotta tell him. You gotta tell him. Soylent gruel is made out of people.
Okie dokie, Arthur. You do whatever you want. And we're not gonna leave just yet. Let's look some more places. Whoa. That whisked around very well. Look at that fire. It's great. Now, there's a couple things. This area is actually weird to navigate.
What lovely candelabras. I wish my brother George was here.
Can it? First off, is this interesting wardrobe here. The weird thing about this thing is that it's a key. It's a mold for a key. Now, let's see what happens when we put our copper key inside of it. Well, nothing actually. Nothing happens when we put the key inside of it. What I deduce is that this is where you're supposed to get the key in walkthrough mode if you do not step foot into the forge. I've never actually seen it happen because I always step in the forge. That's just what I'm deducing at the moment. Probably if you also don't have the key, this is probably a good sign that you're going to need the key as well. Not sure if there's a help message either.
I think we're going to have to look elsewhere for a key.
Yeah, we have keys, so we don't really have a problem there. Ooh, look at that. It's a nice bed.
Oh, I can't believe this. I don't know how many times I told the movers the bedspread should be done in taupe.
But here's a nice chest.
Hey, nice chest.
That's my line. Now, I don't believe we can actually open this chest, so yeah, unfortunately, it will remain forever unknown to us. But now, one interesting thing about the King's Chamber is that actually it wasn't just for, like, the specific king. Like in this case, it wasn't specifically for King John, it would be for the king that is ruling over the castle at this moment. So, the King's Chamber would have also been for Richard the Lionhearted when he was still alive. Just pretty much any king who would be around. Guess what we have? More staircases! Except we're kinda... got a little problem here. Got a trapdoor of sorts. Yeah, so we can't go up top. So we gotta find some more things to do. At this point, we're nearing the end of the time period, so pretty much this is the last place that you're going to be going to. So let's just work our way through everything. It's so blurry in that movement right there. Is it for the fire effects or what? But now we actually get some rather nice music.
Well, if this is the king's study, some of the papers or notes in here might give us some clues. The way those papers have been laid out on the table, it looks like someone was doing a little planning. This must be the study. When the king stayed here, it would be his throne room. In his absence, it would be used for receiving visitors, and right now, I would guess, planning the defense of the castle.
Alright then, let's take a look around and see what we can find. There's gotta be stuff around here somewhere. First off, let's actually look at the table and look at the plans here. As you can see, we got a actually very good idea. And all of the things are actually written in Older English. Seeing as we're in the dawn of the 13th century, we're definitely looking at some Older English style writing here.
That looks like a defense plan for the keep. These guys need help. Badly.
Well, yeah, they do. They're using a cow, for Pete's sake.
What's that room under the cellar? Doesn't seem to be labeled.
No, and that's interesting. So we got, yeah, see, we have the study right here, the chamber, the king's chamber right here. We have the top where they would throw the boulders down to the plinth and it would hit the attacker. Yeah, that one room there. There's also this room, but nobody cares about this room.
You know, I'd be willing to bet that's where they've stashed their loot.
Safe place to put it if it's in a weird place in the below the cellar. I kind of like the music in this area a lot because it's just kind of a relaxing respite from what you've actually been doing, like having a one-man siege of the entire area. It just kind of shows how important this place really was. Now, let's see. Oh, this is interesting.
The seal of King John. He always begrudged his brother the throne and the popularity of his rule. Of course, he would be quick to make it clear to his subjects that times had changed. It seems so strange, seeing things that actually happened.
The wonders of time travel. Even like that seal looks like it's engraved onto the slab, into the mantle of the fireplace. He was the ruler. A couple of books and a candle. Nothing we can do there. However, there is one interesting thing in the bottom here.
I think we better pick that up before there's nothing left of it.
Just a little paper smoldering in the embers. There's no real time to it, so you can just pick it up. It's a burned letter. Alright. Well, supposedly it's incomplete, but what we can actually do is read it. Sort of. If you're really good with your English, you can kind of get the sense out of it without the translator biochip. However, because we actually do have the translator biochip, we might as well actually look at it. 27th of February, 1204. I am grieved to have learned that my relief plan did not succeed. Philip's troops have proven to be more formidable than I have anticipated. Nevertheless, it is imperative that you do everything in your power to hold Chateau Gaillard, as I am already in the process of organizing another assault to dislodge the invaders. Due to the improvidence of my late brother Richard, it could take some time to locate the necessary resources, but rest assured, Constable, relief shall come soon. In the event that the castle should fall before relief arrives, I asked that you put everything of value in the hidden storage room which lies secret panel. Doors of the besieged castle. Burn this letter. Secret hidden storage. Secret panel. Doors of the besieged castle. That's pretty much all you're really supposed to get out of that single piece of paper, that there is a secret compartment somewhere, supposedly underneath the cellar if you get Arthur's hints, and doors of the besieged castle. We have a lot to work with actually, so let's completely ignore that for now and check out this door.
This should be the main door to the keep. It would usually put the entrance on the upper level because the narrow stairway to the door would make attackers more vulnerable, and to keep easier to defend.
So, if this is the main door, this means we should be able to get outside and see what's going on.
Hello? I must be Wood. Alas, he had no weapon. Pity.
Crunch. Despite warnings... What warnings? Agent 5 ventured into an occupied area of Chateau Gaillard, where he encountered a battle-hardened soldier trained to kill first and ask questions later. The soldier performed his duty admirably. The next of kin had been notified. The only warning was that there's a guy 3 meters ahead of me, which disappeared 2 seconds later. Again, another guy with a bucket on his head. Oh, spare my life! Okay, I'll be right back. I wonder... Aha! You can evade him! You got like that 1 second to evade him, alright. So, what does that death count come to now? 6 for this time period? That's actually a lot for this, because Farnstein's lab only had 1? Something around there. Now, one thing I didn't actually look at were these books over here.
Now we're getting somewhere. These journals should tell us more about what's been going on in the castle recently.
Yeah, so these are 2 books that you can actually look at. They're diaries, journals. I'm going to be putting those in its own extra video because there's a ton of content here. And I tend to ramble on way too long. So yeah, that'll be in its own separate thing. So go watch that if you're interested. Well, anyway, let's go see about that, well, what the bird letter was talking about. Alright. Back to the staircase, and down further we go. Looks like we're at the bottom. Alright. There's only 3 levels to this one. I think there was only 3 levels to the other tower anyways, so not much of a difference. Blur! Rather nice music.
Gage, that's the one! That's the one who messed with my sculpture!
Huh. Well, that's a good coincidence that that happened. Huh. Yeah. There should not be someone else here. Especially not when we're snooping around. Ourselves. You'd almost get a clear look at what number it was, too. Jeez. Alright, what were they doing? Let's take a look around.
That other time traveler must have been doing something over there before you startled him. Maybe that's a good place to start looking.
Startled, I think he was mortified that there was a second person here. He's going like, oh god.
That chest he was standing over has to have something to do with this. Maybe the chest is the way into that unmarked room on the plans upstairs.
Chest. You're all about chest.
Looks like the supplies are pretty depleted.
Yeah, completely true about that. Yeah, this is supposed to be the cellar.
Wow, you look at those kegs. Probably not much left in them this far in the siege. What I'm trying to figure out is where do you put the top?
Oh! Can't even look up because of the kegs. Yeah. Weird. Yeah, they go all the way up there. But anyway, chest.
It's a good thing we went to the trouble of making that key. Now let's see if it works.
Yeah, alright. So yeah, we would get a different message because, well, we don't have the key.
We're probably gonna need a key.
believe also in adventure mode that you do have to actually make the key. The key won't appear in the mold in the armoire. It's not a wardrobe, it's an armoire. I was corrected. Thank you, key.
If what we're looking for isn't in here, maybe it's through here. But how? If what we're looking for isn't in here, maybe it's through here. But how?
I have no idea why Arthur repeats that same help message. There should be a third one, but don't understand why that happened.
Okay, so as far as we know, there's a hidden chamber and a secret panel of some kind. Would there be a hidden panel on or in this chest? And what do the doors of the castle under siege have to do with it? Gage, those plans definitely showed something under this room. I'm willing to bet the family diodes that the way down is through this chest. We just need to find a trigger. Do you hear music? Oh, never mind. If there were a false bottom to this chest, it might lead down a rickety wooden ladder to a hidden storage chamber full of treasure. That kind of thing only happens to Indy. I wonder what that letter meant by Dores of the Assaget Castle. Surely they wouldn't hide the treasure by the front doors. Maybe they were referring to something else. There's that tapestry of the besieged castle. I wonder if King John was referring to that. If you push on the doors in the tapestry, maybe it will trigger something.
That is honestly the biggest chain of hints that you probably will get in the entire game. I'm probably wrong. I've been wrong a lot. But wow, holy crap, what was that, like 7 or 8 hints in a row, not counting the double. And the entire reason is because you were able to go forward into the chest. That means you're able to get down there. So, yeah, that entire chain? Yeah. Say goodbye to like 400 of your points right there, though. Jeez. Anyway, let's head back up to the King's Chamber, because if you remember, or you were actually listening to Arthur, doors of the besieged castle. Also, apparently that door doesn't close. Yeah, this... Here we go. It's a tapestry. There's a couple of tapestries around here, but this is the one that it's pointing to. Also, I don't know if the blurring and moving around was any hint at all. But yeah, this is the one you're supposed to look at. Because, you know, you can touch it. Yeah. Alright then. We should be good to go if that's all we had to do. Hey, agent? Nope. Okay. He didn't show up again. Now that we've done that... Oh, never mind. Apparently when you close the chest, it locks again. It's one of those auto locks. Okay. Key, do your stuff. It's a good thing that the key does not break when that happens. That would have been a dick move. Okay. We should be able to go down now. Alright. I honestly do like this track too. Buried in Time has some really good tracks.
Well, we're obviously in the right place. Now we just need to pinpoint what's been changed.
This ladder changed?
I think this would be a good time to use your locate biochip. I don't think we have time to cross-reference every object in this room.
Yeah, so this looks like it's completely, like, excavated. It certainly is. Oh god, gold! Okay, treasures. Treasures, goodies. Oh my god. Alright, well, let's take a look around anyways. Might as well start off with the thing we can examine first. Well, if you insist, game, they're different color. They're slightly different. And apparently we just picked up one giant one instead. Gold coins. Right. Arabic. Well, these were definitely plundered from the Crusades then. Seeing as how Richard the Lionhearted was part of the Third Crusade along with Philip Augustus. That was definitely something interesting in terms of history, that both Richard the Lionhearted and Philip Augustus both went on the Third Crusade as a sort of ceasefire kind of thing. It was interesting. Go fight someone else so you're not fighting each other. Oh well. Let's go take a look everywhere. Doesn't look like we have anything in store for us here. Yeah. Not really. This music just feels mysterious. There we go. We're looking for something like that. Alright, so now we're in the right spot in order to see if we can find something interesting. Now we just need to know where it is. Of course we have to look down, because if we're looking up, we're not seeing much. Can I look down here? Oh, I can. Let's see. Nope. Okay. Nothing here. Always switch back to Arthur. Okay, that leaves here.
That's an enamel-on-leather portrait of Richard and John's grandfather, Geoffrey Plantagenet, made in 1158. Nice likeness, huh? One of the few pieces still around in my time. Too bad. If you chip away the enamel and gold leaf, you can still see the numbers. Since life was so difficult in the Middle Ages, what with constant wars, plagues, and whatnot, people just didn't have time for art. The knowledge of the masters of past generations wasn't passed on and was eventually forgotten. That's why everything from this period of history was pretty crude compared to the ages before and after it. And very little of it has survived because it was mostly in the form of tapestries and book illuminations, most of which have perished.
The history of art always repeats itself. The medieval ages or the dark ages. Pretty much very similar to one another in terms of art. Anyway, back to what we were looking for. So this is pretty much the last place that we're actually able to look around. Some stuff. Hello? What's this? Looks like a case of some sort.
There's no way that jewel was made by medieval hands. It's refracting light from your helmet in an almost perfectly mathematical pattern. It's flawless. I don't know what it is, but it definitely does not belong on that sword.
Presto Studios must have been really proud of their animation, and just to give you that victory music in order for finding the critical evidence, you didn't get that with Varnstein Lab. You get it here because the sword is awesome. But yeah, there we have it. We just found the critical evidence, and if you can remember, actually, with Varnstein's critical evidence, it had to do with one of his Arthur's sculptures, which was connected to the Louvre. The second one, this critical evidence, is to the sword, which has a diamond. If you actually watch the extra videos, it talked about King Richard the Lionheart's sword, which had a 4-carat diamond in the hilt. This is a different diamond. From what Arthur said, it's like it is a flawless diamond, almost perfect. Why would it be here? Because that couldn't happen by coincidence or accident. Perfectly mathematical. So that brings our total evidence up to 4. 2 critical, 2 supporting. Why is this not critical? I don't understand how this is not a critical thing. That's supporting because there's a footprint. But anyway, that actually leaves us with a mission complete. We are done in here. There is no more we are able to do into Chateau Gaillard. Kind of sad to see it go, because in terms of every place, this is actually my favorite place to go. However, we're of course not done yet. We still have 2 more time zones to check out and have some fun with. Done with Farnstein, done with Chateau Gaillard. Our next stop is the final place we have not gone to yet. We're gonna go back to Chichen Itza soon, but we still don't have everything that we actually positively need. We do have a lot of stuff though. But anyway, next up, we're gonna do the Da Vinci Studio, because we have everything we need in order to do it in one fell swoop. The Da Vinci Studio is probably my biggest grievance with this game, technically. And also in terms of nostalgia. I'll explain why once we're actually there, because I have some history with this place. Yeah, so we get to check out Da Vinci's cool gadgets and stuff, and we get to just dabble around in the middle of the night when no one can see us. So see you next time, everyone, as we go and see Da Vinci. His studio, anyway. And perhaps a flying machine? See you next time, everyone.